Welcome बच्चों. This is our second lecture of magnetic effect of current. In fact, we are studying about application of Biot and Savart's law. In our previous lecture, we have find the magnetic field at the center of current carrying circular loop by using Biot and Savart's law. Now we will find the magnetic field due to current carrying circular loop at the axis of that loop. Now, what is our aim? We are finding the magnetic field at the axis of current carrying circular loop. Now think, suppose this is our coil. This is a circular coil. Maybe its radius is A, O is its center, and I current is flowing through this circular loop. What we have taken? We have taken one circular loop whose center is O, radius is A, and I current is flowing in this loop. Now, our aim is to find magnetic field at any point P, which is x distance away from O. And magnetic field at any point. What about the axis? Axis क्या कहलाती है? Axis will be the imaginary line which may be passing through center of the coil and perpendicular to its plane. Is that clear? So axis, it is the imaginary line which may be passing through center and perpendicular to its plane. So what I have taken? I have taken one circular loop. I current is flowing through this loop. O is its center. A is its radius. And our aim is to find magnetic field at any point P, that is x distance away from the loop. Now if you consider one small element dl on the loop. So let point P may be r distance away from the loop. Point P कैसा है? It is r distance away from the loop. Obviously, for this small element dl, we may apply Biot and Savart's law. What is Biot and Savart's law? dV, that is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi I dl sin theta divided by r square. This should be the value of dV. Obviously, theta is the angle between dl and r. Actually, in blackboard, I had drawn one two-dimensional figure. For this two-dimensional figure, we can consider that in this figure, you can observe that dl is just like a tangent to, r is just like a tangent to dl. But this is not true. dl is in this plane, coil is in other plane, and r is also is in other plane. So, since these two planes are perpendicular to each other, that means dl and r should be perpendicular. Suppose this is your coil, this is your axis. So r should be in this way. That means dl is in this plane and your r is in this plane. So angle between dl and r should be equal to 90 degree, and angle between dl and r should be equal to 90 degree. So obviously theta should be equal to 90 degree. So now you will find dV, that is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi I dl by r square. Mu naught upon 4 pi I dl divided by r square. Is that clear? This is the value of dV at point P. And what is the location of point P? it lies on the axis, that is x distance away from the center of this loop. Okay. Now direction of dB, if you consider direction of dB should be perpendicular to dl and r both. So at point P, direction of dB should be perpendicular to r, direction of dB should be perpendicular to dl. That means this should be the direction of dB. Clear? dB is perpendicular to dl. That is not shown in the figure. But in this plane, suppose we are having r, so we can show that dB is perpendicular to r. Now think about component of dB. dB perpendicular to the axis. Suppose in this direction, maybe this angle is equal to phi. So in perpendicular direction, component of dB should be equal to dB cos phi. That means now in the direction of the axis, its component should be equal to dB sin phi. Clear हुआ? dB का component in the perpendicular direction, it should be given by dB cos phi, and in the direction of the axis, it should be equal to dB sin phi. If this angle is phi, this is the perpendicular line that we have drawn perpendicular to the axis, and this dB, it is perpendicular to r. Obviously this plus this is equal to 90. This plus this is equal to, suppose I have written x plus this angle should be equal to 90. X plus phi is equal to 90. So obviously this angle should be equal to phi. Is that clear? तो बीच का ये एंगल किसके इक्वल होगा? It should be equal to phi. Now dB I have divided into two components, dB cos phi and dB sin phi. Suppose we may take one another component dl just opposite to first one. So again point P, by symmetry we can see that point P is again at r distance away from this small element dl. Again we may find same magnetic field that may be perpendicular to r. So component, again this angle should be again equal to phi. So component of dB in this direction will be dB cos phi, and here in this direction should be equal to dB sin phi. So you observe that you may find component dB cos phi. I have assumed only two small element dl. तो इन दोनों एलिमेंट से आपने देखा dB cos phi will cancel each other, whereas dB sin phi will be added. dB cos phi component are cancelling each other, whereas dB sin phi component are added. If you consider multiple small element in this loop, so in all cases you will find that dB cos phi component will always cancel out each other. But dB sin phi component for each case it will be along the axis only, so it will be added. So obviously summation of dB cos phi, it should be equal to 0, whereas summation of dB sin phi, that should be the resultant field. So V should be the sum of all these sin component dB sin phi. ये बात समझ में आई? cos phi components कैंसिल होंगे और sin phi components एड अप होंगे. इससे आपको एक बात और क्लियर हो रही है, that is direction of magnetic field will be only along the direction of axis, that is it should be the perpendicular to the plane of the coil. Previous sections में भी हम लोगों ने डायरेक्शन की जब बात की थी तो उसमें भी हमने यही बात बोली थी कि if current is flowing in circular coil then magnetic field will be perpendicular to its plane. बायोट-सावर्ट्स लॉ में भी वही बात देखी, और इस केसेस में भी हम लोगों ने एनालिटिकली सॉल्व किया है. तो अगेन वी आर फाइंडिंग दैट डायरेक्शन ऑफ dB should be perpendicular to the plane, that means it will be along the axis. So now net magnetic field, it should be summation of dB sin phi. So instead of dv sin summation, we may write, actually this is continuous function, so we may replace sigma by integration. So we can write dv sin phi. This is the integration of dv. Now consider sin phi. Consider the angle phi. If this angle is phi, this angle is also equal to phi. What may be the location of dl? dl की आपको कोई भी लोकेशन होगी, you will observe that phi will remain constant. What may be the location of dl? Phi should remain constant. That means sin phi is constant. So, and dv, what I have written? dv is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi I dl by r square. So we may replace dv by this formula, mu naught upon 4 pi I dl by r square. Obviously sin phi is constant. So now what we will get? We may get b, that is equal to integration of mu naught upon 4 pi I dl by r square and sin phi. Obviously mu naught upon 4 pi is constant, I is constant, location of point P, it is given by distance between dl and P, that is given by r. So what may be the position of dl? R for this case will also remain constant. So r square is also constant. Phi, angle phi is constant. So sin phi is also constant. You will find only integration of dl. देखिए आप इसमें, this is constant, I is constant, r square is constant, sin phi is constant. तो इसका इंटीग्रेशन से कोई लेना देना नहीं है, इंटीग्रेशन से बाहर आ जाएगा. Only you have to integrate dl. So again for integration of dl, you will find the same case, I sin phi by r square. For dl, integration of dl will be L. L means total circumference. Total circumference, that is 2 pi a. This is your total circumference, mu naught upon 4 pi I sin phi by r square into 2 pi a. Is that clear? So sin phi, this is sin phi, this value is x, this is a. Obviously this angle is 90 degree. So sin phi should be equal to how much? Sin phi should be equal to a by r, and obviously r is equal to, in this right angle triangle you will find that r square is equal to a square plus x square. That means r is equal to how much? Under root of a square plus x square. So instead of sin phi you can write, you are having I upon r square, and here you can write a by r. Now you can replace the value of r also. So mu naught upon 4 pi 2 pi I a into a square, r square into r cube. For r you can write under root of a square plus x square and whole cube. If you replace under root by power 1 by 2, so you will find 3 by 2. This should be the value of b. B should be equal to mu naught upon 4 pi 2 pi I a square upon a square plus x square raised to power 3 by 2. Now, if I, instead of I, if you are having n loop, so you can write 2 pi n I a square. That means magnetic field will become n times. So mu naught upon 4 pi should be equal to 2 pi n I a square upon a square plus x square raised to power 3 by 2. This is the magnetic field B. B is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi 2 pi ni a square upon a square plus x square raised to power 3 by 2. ये समझ आया? This is the value of B. Now, direction will be along the axis. Suppose x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0. X is equal to 0, that means point comes at the center. So again, this expression may reduce as magnetic field at the center of current carrying loop. So if you place x is equal to 0, तो क्या मिलने वाला है? B is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi 2 pi n I a square upon a square plus 0. That means a square. A square raised to power 3 by 2. 2 and 2 cancel. You will find a cube. So again a square and a cube cancel. You will find the same expression. यही expression हमें पहले मिला था. Mu naught upon 4 pi 2 pi ni by a. This should be the magnetic field. We can write this formula also in this way. Mu naught upon 4 pi. If x is greater than a, so this formula may also be reduced in form 2 pi n I a square. Now if x is greater than a, that means coil is very small, so a square may be negligible. So you can write x square raised to power 3 by 2. This may become x cube. Is that clear? So थोड़ा सा आप चाहें तो और भी मॉडिफाइड कर सकते हैं. म्यू नॉट अपॉन 4 पाई 2 पाई n I a square. n I a square means पाई a square को आप क्या लिख सकते हैं? पाई को भी हमने कैंसिल कर दिया. n I पाई a square, that is area of the point n I a by x cube. B is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi 2 n I a divided by x cube. ऐसा भी लिखा जा सकता है. क्लियर हुआ? पाई a square is ट्रांसफॉर्म इन एरिया ऑफ द कॉइल. एक केस आपको याद आ रहा होगा, इन फर्स्ट यूनिट आपने पढ़ा हुआ है. मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड एट द एक्सिस ऑफ एनी इलेक्ट्रिक डाइपोल. याद है? E इक्वल टू स्मॉल डाइपोल के लिए याद करो 1 अपॉन 4 पाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट 2p by d cube. D is the location of the point from the center of the dipole. है याद है? E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2p by d cube. P is electric moment of the dipole. This is dipole moment. D is the location of point, that is distance from center. Now, if you compare this formula by magnetic field at the axis of current carrying loop, this is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. It is completely replaced in form of mu naught upon 4 pi. Both are having physical property, same physical property. Maybe this is for electric field and this is for magnetic field. Instead of 2, D is the distance of that point from the center. Here, X is the distance of that point from the center of the loop. So D and X are same. That means P should be analogous to NIA. P is electric moment now, or dipole moment. So P should be equivalent to NIA. P is electric moment. So obviously this is magnetic field. So NIA is known as magnetic moment. This is known as magnetic moment, which may have same property as this P possess. जैसी प्रॉपर्टी P की है वही यहाँ पर है, तो क्वांटिटी NIA is known as magnetic moment. So it is represented by M. So same formula we may write. B is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi 2m by x cube. Is that clear? This is magnetic field due to current carrying circular loop at the axis ठीक है ना, क्लियर हुआ। तो ये हमारा सेकेंड एप्लीकेशन है। एक और एप्लीकेशन हम लोग पढ़ेंगे नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में। ओके, थैंक यू।